Hey everyone, so we're live inside the community again, third day running. It is today, the 4th of January, 2024. I hope you're still excited for the year. And the reason why I say that is because I know that so many people set the right intentions at the beginning of the year. And by the 4th, by the 5th, by the 6th, like they've even forgot to set goals only 4, 5, 6 days earlier. So I hope that's not you, right? So we're here. It's the 4th of January. We're inside the community, and I want to bring some more wisdom to you today, regards to selling high ticket coaching. So I've titled this live, The Three Principles to Closing High Ticket Sales, right? So as I mentioned in the previous two trainings or the previous two lives I've done this week already, like when I walked into 2024, I wanted to shine with a different message. I wanted to shine the message around telling the truth on what needs to be in order for you to achieve your goals by the end of this year. So that's going to bring to you, right? I'm going to spit fire. I'm going to bring wisdom. I'm going to bring principles. I'm going to bring values, because as I mentioned in the previous two trainings, it's like strategy is not everything. I know right now that potentially you know the strategy, right? You're in everybody's email list, you're in everybody's webinar, you've watched everybody's trainings inside the Facebook group. Yeah, it's funny how everybody that comes to me and say, "Oh, Andy, I've heard that before. Andy, I've done that. Andy, I've tried that. Yeah, Andy, I've invested in a coaching offer that's similar to that." Yeah, they've not got the results. So why is that? How come you can have two people that join the same program, course, mentorship, coaching offer? You have two people that join the same offer, yet one fails and one like smashes it out of the park, straight out of the gate. Why is that one person can fail and other one super succeeds beyond all imagination, right? What is it? Is it down to the coach? Is it down to the strategy? Is it down to what is it? What's it down to? Well, it's down to the person. It's down to the individual. And this is why I want to bring you, right, the principles, the values, the wisdom, the mindset, the attitude, the altitude that you need to fly at in order to make all strategies work. Because that's the crux of the crack. Like all strategies do work. Like if you were to run Facebook ads, they work, right? If you don't know much about me, I actually used to run a Facebook ad agency. People used to pay or invest, right, 20 grand, 30 grand a month, and I would run their ads. Facebook ads work. Yet today, I think I've had 3 or 4 messages of different people that says, I've tried Facebook ads, it doesn't work. I no longer run that agency. I closed that agency down just before lockdown, prior to COVID. And now everything we do is organic. But Facebook ads work. People are profiting massively on Facebook ads. Creating webinars, they work. Podcasts, they work. All strategies work. Organic marketing works, whether that's LinkedIn, whether that's Instagram, whether that's Pinterest, whether that's YouTube, whether that's Facebook. All platforms work. Yet many people are jumping from platform to platform, strategy to strategy, tactic to tactic, and they're struggling to make it work. Whilst there's other people that's profiting, building growth companies throughout those platforms inside those strategies. So how come is that? Well, it's down to the individual. It's down to the person. It's down to how you show up to, shall we say, attack that strategy, right? So I want to share these 3 principles. The first one is data versus drama. Okay. So if you catch me live, or if you catch this on replay, I want you to bring some notes here, and I want you to write down data versus drama. Because here's what a 6-figure business owner does. Here's what a 7-figure business owner does. Here's what an 8-figure business owner does. Here's what a 9-figure business owner does. They track all data. They track all different levels of metrics inside their business, like down to the granular. They track absolutely everything. At the 8-figure, the 9-figure business, they probably not do themselves, right? And a 7-figure business, they've got a team by then, and they have a team that does that for them, and then they overview those metrics, the data. Here's what people that don't hit a 10K a month, right, or they're not at 6 figures, what they don't do, they don't track data. They inject drama into their business that stops them from growing the business. They bring a lot of drama to the table. And like even inside our offer, we have I've actually got it here on the dashboard. We have a CEO sales dashboard that tracks all data, right? It tracks your lead flow, where's those leads coming from. It tracks all your daily KPIs, so we know how we're performing each and every day on a daily basis. And then on this CEO sales dashboard, on the main dashboard in the front tab, it gives you a big overview or insight into how your business is performing. Majority of people that are struggling to create a growth business, they're struggling to get clients on a consistent basis, they're not tracking their data, right? They have no idea what they're doing each day. If I ask them, majority of people that jump on a call with me, and I'll say to them, so let me know, so how many leads did you generate, if I went back 3 months, how many leads did you generate in November of last year? I don't know. And they're scrapping around on a bit of paper trying to find an answer that's not really wrote down. I don't know. So how many leads did you generate in December of last year? Well, I weren't really focusing on lead gen last year or in December. But, you know, they've always got an excuse for it. Basically, the truth is that they're not tracking the data. So if I say, well, you know, how many messages did you send? How many connections did you have last week? I don't know. How many people did you book onto calls last week? How many people have you got booked into calls next week? How many people did you have conversations with in December of last year? Maybe 1 or 2, right? But they're second guessing. They have no clue what their business looks like. They have no clue of how they're performing on a daily basis. Everything's wishy-washy. If you want to build a growth business in 2024, you need to start tracking data. Every single element of the data. Yes, you might say, well, that's time consuming, right? You're just throwing something else into the mix, something else that needs to be done. Right? If you can't do that, you're never going to be able to grow a business. Your business solely relies on data. You cannot grow without data. Without data, you don't know if you're underperforming, overperforming. You don't know what part of the sales journey is working, is not working. You don't know which part of the sales journey. You just don't know your metrics. You don't know your conversion ratios. You don't know how many leads or how many calls you need to get booked in each and every week to make sure that you guarantee to hit those number of sales that you need each and every week in order to hit your monthly target. And then in order to hit your quarter target. And then in order to hit your 6-month target, and then in order to hit your full 12-month target, right? If you do not know, then how can you possibly course correct, right? How do you know where your clients are coming from? How do you know what's working, what's not working? Majority of people, again, they bring drama to the table instead of focusing on the data. When you're focusing on the data, business is so easy to build. It's so easy to just like look at the data, look and see what's happening, what's not happening. So, okay, so I need to pull more on this lever, right? It helps you to actually eliminate the drama because it's the drama that's keeping you stuck. It's the drama of, well, this is not working, or nobody's buying from me, or well, I'm not generating leads, or I created this post and this post is not working, right? All this is just fictitious drama that's stopping you from building your business. And then the drama gets even deeper when it's like, well, you know, I'm not good enough, or people don't want to hear from me, or, you know, nobody's listening to me, or just, you know, the drama that's keeping people shackled to growth, shackled to living a life of mediocrity, shackled from like escaping that and achieving your goals, your wide-eyed goals that you set out at the beginning of this year. So moving forward, and I'll beat the drum about this quite some time, you need to start focusing on the data and ditching the drama. Okay. Number two, I've got notes here, right? Number two is sellers are buyers. Just think about that, right? Sellers are buyers. What do I mean by that? Is that there's a lot of people wanting to sell. Like, I'm wanting to sell my course. I want to sell my program. I want to sell my IT offers. I want to sell my people into my membership. I want to sell because I want to hit 10K a month, 100K years, or whatever it is, right? They want to create sales, yet they're not willing to buy, right? And I feel as though there's a disconnect with inside a deep level of integrity. There's no integrity there. They're wanting to sell, and they're wanting people to buy, but they're not buyers, right? They're not willing to buy themselves, and there's a discongruency. So what I mean is, like, if you want people to buy from you, then you've got to be willing to also buy as well. You can't have black without having white. You can't have up without having down. You can't have back without having like front. You can't have winter without having summer, right? There's always a polar opposite, and you need each end. You can't have North Pole without having South Pole, right? Same with selling. If you want people to buy from you, you've also got to become a buyer. And those who are selling, right? Those who are selling their offers, they're the ones that's also buying as well. Because if you're not buying, right? If you're not also buying into if you're not buying into a coach, right? You expect people to buy from you, but you're not buying from everybody else. You expect people to have you as their coach, but you're saying, well, I don't really need a coach. Can you see how there's a massive disconnect, right? You wanted to sell, but you're not a buyer. Those who are selling, they're also buying. They're also investing in themselves heavily. Look at it from this point of view as well. When you look at it from a selling perspective, if you get somebody on a call that's looking for something that you're offering, right? And they get to the end of the call and they're like, they're to and froing whether they can invest in you, or if they're going to invest in you, they've got some objections. If you've never experienced that yourself, right, then you can't hold them to the fire, right? You don't know what they're feeling. You don't know what they're going through. You don't know how to handle that situation because you've not been in their footsteps. There's been many times where I've like had a coach in the past and I've come up with objections as to reasons why I can't do it right now, right? Where I wasn't holding myself to the ICE accountabilities. Yet the coaches that I've had that I was speaking to at the time, right? Because they've been through it themselves and they know what I'm going through, they've been able to hold me to the fire. They've been able to hold me to my highest accountabilities, right? They've been able to pull me through. They've been able to fight for my dreams when I was willing to let go of them. If you've never been through that, if you've never experienced through that, how can you pull your prospective client through? You're just going to let them go, and you're doing them a disservice, right? You're doing them a disservice, and you're doing yourself a disservice as well. So sellers are buyers. If you really want to sell, right, then you're going to become a buyer as well. Does that make sense? Number three is you're going to sell yourself first on the thing that you're selling. One of the things I get a lot from a lot of coaches is this good enough? Am I good enough? Will people actually buy this? Will people actually pay this money? Is there people in the world that's actually wanting this? Right? And there's all these questions around there. Will this sell? Is this good enough? Can you have a look at my offer? Now, one of the things we do with clients within the first few days of them getting started is that we map out their client success pathway. And what I mean by that is that, like, when they bring a client on board, we make sure that their signature offer is unique to the marketplace. It's rare to the marketplace. It's indifferent to the marketplace. So they can position themselves as somebody that's got a signature solution that is based around their IP, their intellectual property, right? And there's nobody in the world, there's nobody in the marketplace, inside their marketplace, that is selling, operating something similar to that at all. So they've got something totally unique to the world, which helps them to not even compete because you're just rising above and beyond anybody else in your marketplace. So we help them to craft that out, right? But what we can't do is that we can't help somebody become an expert. You've already got to become an expert in your area of field, if that makes sense. And you've already got to be sold on your craft. You've got to be sold that you are good enough, right? It's not for me to say that you're good enough, right? It's not for the world to say that you're good enough. You must know undoubtedly, unstoppably, right, that you are the dog's bollocks, if I can use those words, right? That you are the best of the best of the best of what you do. And there's nobody else out there in the universe that can compete with you on any level, shape, or form, right? You've got to become the best. You've got to believe that you're the best. Because if you don't believe that you're the best, right, that will resonate, and the people you're speaking with, your marketplace, will know, they will feel, right? There's an air of lack of doubt, right? An air of unconfidence. There's a little bit of uncertainty in your voice, in your delivery, in your approach, in how you show up, right? But if you've got this level of certainty, and we're not talking about being arrogant here, right? There's none of that. And we're not talking about being egotistical or any of that stuff, right? We're just talking about you knowing your shit, right? You've mastered your craft, your magic, your genius, and you believe honestly, wholeheartedly, that what you do is the best that anybody can ever provide. And that's just going to be so attractive to the marketplace, because they're going to feel that level of confidence inside of you that currently they don't have, that they desire to have, and they want to work with somebody that's got that level of confidence inside of them, right? Because it's going to give them confidence that when they invest in you, that they're comfortable in that they are investing the money in the right areas with the right person, right? It's going to give you certainty in how you're showing up. It's going to give them certainty. We know that, like, a confused marketplace never buys, and I mentioned this in a few trainings a while ago, right? Confused people never buy. If you're showing up and you're confused yourself, then the marketplace is never going to buy from you, right? So we'll just quickly recap on those. And I can see that a few people have commented, but I can't see any names, so I do apologize about that. So 3 principles, right? 3 principles of closing high-ticket sales this year, or building a high-ticket business, is number 1, right? Focus on data versus drama. Drama is always going to kill your business. If you bring drama to the table, then that drama will feed drama, feed drama, feed drama, and you're never going to be as productive as you need to be in order to grow a business. Focus on the data, right? Like, even if you're just like mapping it out on paper each and every day, you're mapping it out on paper, so you can look back and you say, right, okay, so how did I perform yesterday? How have I performed today? At the close of business today, what's my metrics? And it's not just looking at the metrics as well. It's like looking at you as a person, because it's you are the performer, right? So even before you check in to actually start doing the things that you need to do to grow your business, it's like, how am I feeling? Checking in with yourself. How's my attitude? How's my energy levels? How's my energetics? Have I washed? Have I showered? How do I smell nice? It's all these little things that allows you to, like, start the work as you should start the work. So you are, like, straight out of the gate, but you're performing at a high level. And at the end of the day, right, check in with yourself, how you feeling. Right? At the end of the day, you are the performer. You're the person that's showing up each and every day in business. So you got to look after yourself, right? Are you working out on a daily basis? Are you Are you clean and eat on a daily basis, right? Are you looking after your health? Are you looking after your nutrition? Are you drinking plenty of water? Right? Is the environment that you're working in, is it a really good, inspiring environment that you're working in? You might not have a inspiring environment at work, but inside your home, maybe not. Maybe you have. Amazing if you do. But, can you go to a coffee shop that's a really nice environment? Can you go to a hotel lobby that's a nice environment where you're not going to get distracted, right? It's all about, looking after yourself first, and making sure that you're performing and tracking your data. Number 2, we talked about selling versus buyers, right? Sellers, those who are selling, are also those people out there that's in the marketplace that buy in. So if you're wanting just to sell, you're not willing to buy, then there's a disconnect with your message. You're operating out of, you're not incongruent with your message, and you're not operating with inside integrity. Integrity is absolutely everything when you're building a business. Even if it's low ticket, integrity is key. High ticket, integrity is a absolutely must. If you're not integral with what you expect other people to do, but you're not willing to do that yourself, then your business is just going to collapse around you. And that's when people start feeling like a fraud, if that makes sense, right? And I know that that's not you, and I don't want that to be you. And that's why I want you to level up, right? I want everything. The reason why I'm bringing this to the table this year is because I'm going to require more of you, right? Whether you're a client, whether you're a prospect, I'm going to require more of you. I'm going to require more of my prospects. I'm going to require more of my clients, because I know that that's what's going to create them internal shifts that's just going to catapult their business. There's, again, I mentioned it yesterday, right? Seldom will a business outperform the business owner. So if you wanting to build a business this up here, but you're only operating down here, then your business is going to collapse, right? If you want to operate a business up here, then you've got to make sure that you are way ahead of your business. And then your business is going to grow. And then you need to grow, then your business is going to grow, right? When businesses plateau, it's because the business owner, there's no growth within inside of them. And then third and final, and I'm going to close this down, is sell yourself first on your offer. You need to know that you are absolutely shit hot at what you do, right? That for above and beyond anything, right? You need to understand that what you do, the way that you do it, that you are the best. Despite what anybody else thinks, despite anybody else's opinion, right? Your opinion counts. Because I'll just mention this and then I'll love you and leave you, is that I know a lot of people, they'll post something and then they'll get a negative comment or negative feedback, or somebody else will give their opinion on, well, this is wrong, this is not right, the way that you've done that. I don't believe that that's true. And then the person that actually created the post will think, oh shit, maybe I should delete that. Maybe I did it wrong, right? And then they start second guessing themselves. It's like, you need to be absolutely, despite what anybody else has say, right? You need to know that what you do is the right thing. The way that you do it is the way that works for you, and nobody's better in the marketplace than you. Again, just imagine the level of confidence and certainty that you can bring to the business, to the marketplace, to your offer, to your clients, by just leveling up at that level, right? So again, I can see some people commenting, but I can't see any comments. It's crazy. But if you have commented, I will read them. And if there's any questions there, I will get back to you at some point, either today or tomorrow. So I'm going to love you and leave you. I'm going to wind it down. It is now coming up for me 7:30 in the evening PM for me. It's been a crazy busy day. Lots of sales calls, lots of client calls, lots of productivity, perform at a high level, and that's what I want for you. So I'm going to love you and leave you. Have an amazing day wherever you are. If you've got any questions around what I've just mentioned earlier on just now, if it resonates with you, if it aligns with you, if you like what I say, let me know. Give me a comment. The reason why, give me a comment, because I want to know, I want to hear from you. But above and beyond that, it just feeds the algorithm, right? If you like this, chances are there's somebody else in this community, inside this group, that also will like this, but maybe the algorithm just didn't kick it out, right? So feed the beast, as we say, and share it with other people. Okay, I'm going to au revoir. See you later on. Have an amazing day, and see you tomorrow. Bye for now.